Hello again. It is still Thanksgiving and I'm still wearing my witch outfit, I guess you could call it. I got to thinking a little while ago and I decided that this vlog needs to just kind of happen. I was kind of reluctant at first, but anyway, I'm going to express my opinions regarding the holiday of Thanksgiving. So, if you guys don't mind, I am going to be drinking a beer while I talk. So, if you're not interested, then just don't watch. It's pretty simple. So, I keep saying, I'm sorry. So, okay, Thanksgiving is an American holiday. Of course, other countries have a similar holiday, a Thanksgiving, so to speak, that is based around like a similar event or sentiment, has something to do with the country's past or history, or just a day to reflect on the things that you're thankful for, which is fine. In fact, I think people should reflect on what they're grateful for more frequently and not just on a holiday. And there I go again saying again. You know, I think so many people don't realize how good we have it here in the United States, but then again, at the same time, I think a lot of people in the United States don't realize how much better they have it than other people in the United States, if that makes sense. We have a dynamic here of rich versus poor. If you're born poor, you're going to stay poor, and your standard of living is going to be, I mean, your whole childhood is, you're going to be spent coveting things. You're going to covet things. You're going to covet things like a house, a car that runs properly, which you do have to have in this country. If you want a job, you have to have a car. It's just how it is. But, you know, me growing up here, I was lied to, big time, about many things. When I was growing up, the lie was that if you worked hard, you went to college and you graduated, you'd be able to afford things like a nice car, or a running car, a decent car, a safe, clean, decent house. You'd be able to send your kids to college, and you'd be able to take a vacation every year. You know, this real basic life, and that's all I want is normalcy. I don't want glamorous, I don't want glitzy, I just want normal. And there's nothing unreasonable about that. Not at all whatsoever. But the truth is, if you take out a loan to go to college, you know, you're not going to be able to pay it off because you're not going to be able to find a job. Going to college means nothing unless you have rich parents who can afford to send you to a big university where you can take all these hotshot classes and get some kind of hotshot degree. And that's the sad truth. Yes, I have a good car. I'm very grateful for it. I know what it's like to be stuck with a car that breaks down every month. The car I had before this one, it cost more to repair it every month than it did to insure it every month. I was spending that much money, and I thought, if I'm spending this much money, I'll continue spending this much money if I buy a car, but I won't be living in fear. As an American, or as a human being, I have to choose between living in fear and not living in fear. I'm sorry, but that's wrong. In the United States, too many people are living in fear. But at the same time, those of us who are living in fear and those of us who are resentful of our situations don't realize what we have compared to what some people in the rest of the world have. There are people in the world who are perfectly happy sleeping underneath a cardboard box in a shanty town every night. They love their kids, they love their family, they love their parents, they love their neighbors, they all help each other out, they survive, and you know what? They're happy, they have stories to tell, they have songs to sing. They have, you know, those little life lessons, and they have the little things that make them happy, and I'm kind of jealous of that in a way. I wish more little things made me happy. But anyway, back to Thanksgiving. As children, here's the other lie we're told. The reason we celebrate Thanksgiving, now this is the lie I'm explaining. The reason we celebrate Thanksgiving is to commemorate the coming together, the unification of the Pilgrims, the colonial Pilgrims, and the American Indians to ensure survival and to celebrate forming a community. We are told this. We are told that the colonists showed up in New England, didn't know anything about the land, wanted to stay, bargained with the natives and said, okay, you know, can we please have this land, which is a bunch of bullshit. We all know that there was slaughter involved. You know, oh, can we please have this land? Oh, thank you for letting us stay here. Oh, well, now we don't know what to do. We don't know how to grow food here. Can you teach us how to grow food? Can you teach us how to navigate these rivers? You know, can you show us how to find medicine? And the Native Americans, here's, you know, still the lie. Well, of course. We are happy to share our land with you. We are happy to teach you these things. And so, to celebrate their success, and to show their gratitude for one another, so to speak, and to celebrate friendship, the natives and the pilgrims threw a feast. And the pilgrims were extremely adamant about eating turkey because it was an easy bird to cook. Supposedly they had hunted it and they decided they liked it. The Native Americans supposedly had some kind of superstition that the turkey was a very stupid animal and that if you ate it, you'd become stupid too. You know, half the things that people say are Native American traditions or superstitions. If it's said by a white person, honestly, I'm not inclined to believe it. I mean, I think that's stupid. I think that, you know, in tribal culture or in general, if you're trying to survive, if you think an animal's stupid, that's not a reason to not eat it. I'm sorry. If you're hungry, you gotta kill something and eat it. That's just how it works. That's common sense. So everything I just said, though, completely defies completely just goes against everything that actually happened. Europeans showed up here, took the land away from the natives, did it by force, did it with murder and brutality, basically bullied them off their land if there was no murder involved. We showed up, we started cutting down trees. That's pretty much what happened. Thanksgiving, I'm not going to claim to know the roots or origins of Thanksgiving. I'm just going to say that I think it's one of those holidays that only one or two people in history probably really truly know the truth. And I think probably the reasons for it and it's the facts or whatever have been so distorted. So I mean, look at Christmas. It was actually it was a pagan holiday. Christians converted pagans by sword. Took their holidays. That's kind of how history goes. You know, there's always the underdog being bullied by the quote-unquote more advanced or more popular culture. So and I think maybe that's why I'm goth. That's why I root for the underdog, because that's how I was treated as a child, really. I mean, it sinks into your psyche once you hear the same story again and again, and if you can relate to it, you're going to appreciate it a little more. But yeah, I think that what Thanksgiving is centered around is a huge lie. But fast forward to the last few decades here in America. You know, we go to the grocery store, we buy our turkeys, we get our stuff to make our stuffing, we have our sweet potatoes, we have our yams, we have our broccoli casserole, we have our creamed corn or creamed onions or corn casserole or corn pudding, and we have our or if you have Brussels sprouts, or if you have macaroni and cheese, whatever it is you have with your Thanksgiving, you go to the store, your mom, your aunt, your grandma, somebody cooks a feast for you, and you sit down and enjoy it, and in your mind, because you were told this as a child, you're thinking it's all because we are supposed to be showing gratitude, and it's supposed to be celebrating how the Native Americans helped the first colonists survive a harsh winter. So now the next question, what do I think about people who like Thanksgiving? Well, I think that's okay. You know, people are allowed to like something if they like it under the pretense that it's supposed to be a good thing, that it represents something good and wholesome. I can't fault them for it. Do I like Thanksgiving? You know, I like the idea of spending time with family. I enjoy having time off from work. Oh my gosh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, guys. Okay, never mind. Sneeze, tease. I'm not going to sneeze. I like having time off work. For me, I see it as an opportunity to be productive, like in my art studio or at some sewing. Sorry, I'm kind of cold. I'm shivering just a little bit, but, so The holiday itself, yes, I think it does stand for a lie. It does stand for violence and murder and thievery. You know, if I lived on my own, you know, if I was the one who was going to be cooking a Thanksgiving dinner, yeah, I would still cook something, but I would not call it Thanksgiving. I would just call it just a get together or something. You know, we're not going to call this Thanksgiving because it's a lie. Instead, we're going to just call it something else. We're all going to get together and actually try to be thankful for something, instead of making it about something that actually did not happen. So, okay, neighbor across the street is coming down her steps, and she's kind of like looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself. No, she's a nice lady. So, yeah, you see me twitching, it's because I'm rather cold, but I don't see anything wrong with liking Thanksgiving. I don't see anything wrong with people coming together and spending time together. You know, especially if it's under a pretense of a lie that they've been told since they were kids. They were conditioned to believe it. I mean, in elementary school, we get handed little coloring sheets. Oh, here, color up the Indians and the Pilgrims having their feast together. Here's a turkey. Color it. You know, here. Let's take our colorful teardrop-shaped pieces of construction paper and create a turkey tail on a paper plate, and we go stick it on the wall, and there's our turkeys. You know, I mean, you know, when you grow up doing this stuff. You grow up doing it under the pretense that Thanksgiving is a good thing. So it's kind of ground in, it's conditioned into you. So, but I mean, what I like about Thanksgiving is the fact that people do in fact spend time with their families. I do get time off work. I get time to be productive. And yeah, but yes, there's a big part of me that kind of hates it. Also because of what it's morphed into with the whole Black Friday thing. I mean, people are willing to go and get trampled. They're going to wait in line at like 3 o'clock in the morning for the privilege of spending hundreds of dollars on toys and electronics and stupid shit for their children who probably really don't even deserve anything. And yeah, being that I work for public school, I can say that probably 8 out of 10 kids deserve none of the stuff they have. But that's just how we are as Americans, I guess. So, yeah. People spend a day being thankful for the things they have, and then they go out and blow money on a bunch of stupid crap they really don't need. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. But anyway, those are my 2 cents worth with regards to Thanksgiving. I'm like really shivering now. I'm cold. I gotta go in. So that's my 2 cents worth. And you know, if you take issue with something I've said, you know, I'll be happy to have some kind of like civil, polite discussion with you about it. So go ahead and put it down in the comments area down below. So, or if you have any questions about this video, or also have any questions about Sunday Q&A, then go ahead and put those here too. So I guess that's all I have to say for now. It's really cold. I'm going to go inside. If I think of anything else, then I'll add to this vlog a little bit later. So I guess that's it for now.